Top of the morning to everybody. Hello. We are doing a little bit of D&D prep today, making sure my sound works first. It is. Yay. All right. Um, so let's take a look and see what we're doing.
Do you have a piece of copy paper?
No.
I guess my school can get dirty paper then. Okay.
All right. So we're going to be looking at the my campaign has reached pretty much the end of this storyline. So what had happened was uh, they came into this room and the overall picture right now is that they are um, ultimately looking to fight this. Um, there's an entity called a Resurrect that they pissed off way back at the beginning of when they were level 2 or so. And they thwarted him, stopped him from getting a book he wanted. He eventually ended up getting it anyway, but um, that was the start of it. And then they've run into him a couple times since then. And at one point, he even burned the letter R into the chest, on the shoulder where a badge would go, um, into two of the characters at one point. And so uh, that is the ultimate picture. At one point, you need to find out who this guy is, what he's doing, and why he's involved in their lives. They aren't really aware of it at this point. They live in a city of Nashkel on the Sword Coast, and they Atomic Hero Squad. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is the city itself. I was looking for the Sword Coast picture. I don't have it right now. Oh, here it is, Sword Coast. So here's the city of Nashkel right here. Um, so they live in this city. The mountain range that the city rests on is the border for the land below the country, Amen, A-M-N. And they are making moves against the city of Nashkel. They've done some terrorist type attacks. There was a tower that was set up that could magically magic users could cast spells into Nashkel from this tower and affect the citizens and do stuff like that, destroy things. Um, and they're now underneath the city of Nashkel looking for artifacts because they're afraid because of the troop movements and stuff that have been happening in Amen. They're afraid that Nashkel is going to be attacked. So they're looking for artifacts to help against this attack. Um, Also, two other groups had gone down into below Nashkel and had disappeared. It wasn't that they didn't find anything, it's that they never came back. So they are underneath Nashkel looking for these other two groups, trying to find out what happened to them and find artifacts. So they have done most of that. The last thing they're trying to do is what they didn't realize is that there was an army encamped underneath Nashkel, building up strength, and was about ready to move up come and attack Nashkel from below. Um, they have defeated the general. They have defeated the general's dragon companion that they had made a deal with, and so now they're going through the general's quarters. The storyline is they're then going to. There's one other place they haven't searched yet, which is a prison, and then they're going to go see the army, tell them that they're no longer necessary, and go back up. So that is the goal. That is the intent. So now we have to build that and get it ready. So that's what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be looking at that a little bit today. Probably just building a map for the um, big army, the cavern and stuff that they're in. So we'll be taking a look at that. So uh, we don't have as much time as I would like today, but we're going to do our best. So Atomic, welcome, welcome. See what Atomic was doing today. He was, come on, enter. There we go. Kirby in the Forgotten Land. Ah, nice. Yeah. So if you missed it, um, Atomic had done some in preparation for the newest Kirby coming out. He did went back and played all the different Kirby's games from throughout the time. Um, I still think my favorite is the Kirby and the Yarn. It's really cool, well done. The graphics are really nice. Um, I'm not saying they're really high quality graphics, but just the way they designed it, the look of this Yarn thing is pretty cool. It's probably my favorite of the Kirby games. Um, and so looks like he's going back, and then he went back to his familiar haunts. Did a return of our playthrough. Was getting the car inspected and it passed, so it was a good morning. Oh, nice. Yeah, it's always annoying when you have to go get your car checked, make sure it's not spewing too much emissions, because when it does, then you have to go through this whole process. It's annoying, so I'm glad it passed. One less headache you have to worry about. All right. Ooh, I did want to check something real quick. I don't even know if I can cheer to myself. I'm gonna try it real quick. I had meant to do this right at the beginning before anybody jumped on. Well, you cannot cheer in your own channel. Okay. All right. Well, we'll check it out some other time then. Um, Now it's next year's problem. Nice. You have to do it every year. Wow. In Washington, we have to do it every other year. So we get to skip a year. All right. So here's where we are. I just want to double check. So this is the map, and you can see the map. The map. I have visible to GM only that one. So this is what the players see. All right. So everything is set up here. Yeah, I need to put some walls in here. This is a window, it looks like. Yeah, I drew these as windows. Um, so yes, the people can see through them. Oh, is this visible too? Let's, I don't remember the visibility of these two things here. Let's take a look at the line of sight. All right, so these are windows also. Okay, perfect. So all I need to do now though is I'm gonna draw in, so these aren't just empty spaces. So we'll go to our layers, go back up here, see if we can click on this one if it tells me where it is. Nope. Okay. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to add a painting. Actually, no, I want this to be a layer, not a painting. So I want to be able to turn it and open it. So if they open up the gate, so we're going to make it a layer. Because if you paint, you can't really change the paint layer. So that's why I'm doing it as a layer. Um, Go to our assets. Let's go to, I'm just going to put in gate and let's see. So I'm using this new theme. Or my players, Wednesday night players seem to like it. It's called Hearth. The black, the darkness. I really don't care one way or the other, but my players seem to like it. If it makes it too difficult to see what's going on, um, If you're using a phone, I understand your SOL. There's really not a whole lot you can do with the phone, even if it wasn't black on white. Um, if you're using your PC, and this is really hard to read compared to the white background like I normally use, just let me know. Leave comments below. Um, and then, and I'll go back on when I do these streams. I'll put it back on the normal one, so it's a little easier for you guys to see it. All right, so let's see. Let's go with gate and see what pops up. Arizona, it's a safety checkup rather than emissions check. Arizona had emissions check though. Okay, interesting. All right, so we have these ones. Um, yeah, I like this one a lot. It's cool. Yeah, I think I'll put this one on there right here. Let's check and double check and see if I can find anything else I would like to see instead. All right, so yeah, let's go with this one. So we'll take this and drop it into our right here where it says tile. And what we're going to do is this will be its own little layer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and make all right, so I have these different folders for the different rooms. This is really close to the arena. So I'm just going to go ahead and drop it into the arena. So we click the down arrow to open it up. And we're going to highlight the whole thing. And then we're going to add, we have it stamped. We're going to turn it. All right, right now it's 11 by 5.5. We don't want it that big. So let's go with, we want about 1.2. Want it a little bit bigger than the actual thing. And then we'll slap it right here. Boom. All right, so let's go ahead and turn the lighting off so you guys can see a little bit better. There we go. All right, so I want them to be distinct and different than the other bars. So this is fine. I am going to change it and make it a little bit smaller. So going back to the layers because I left it, came back. Let's go ahead and shrink this a little bit. I want the whole thing a little bit smaller, so we're just going to go with one. And then we move it, hold control to make it free movement. Okay, boom. All right, and then I want to shrink it down a little bit more in width. So let's make it 0.4 because it's a little wide to me. Um, Control Z, 0.7. All right, that's weird. It's being odd. 0.8. Oh, okay. That's why, because I still have this aspect mark locked on there. All right, so let's go back to 1. Okay, turn off aspect lock. That's why. And now we'll make it 0.4. There we go. So I wanted to shrink it in, bring it in a little bit. And that's what that did. So it made it a little bit smaller. All right, so now we've tweaked it, we've moved it, we've done all the things we want to do. It's right here, it's on the gate 8. So now we're going to duplicate the layer. 1, and we will move this one down here. Hold control so it's free. I can slide wherever I want it to. Duplicate it. And then we're going to flip it horizontally. Hold control to freely move it around. And then duplicate this one. Yoink. hold control and shift. Boom. All right, so now we've got our four gates. And the cool thing is, so you notice they're not here. They're not with the other gates. So let's go down and see. Oh, here they are. All right here. One, two, three. That's fine. Cool, cool, cool. So nice thing is now that we have these layers, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have this one be open. So all you do is just rotate it. Now once you've got it selected, make sure you got layers and layer selection, and then you rotate it. You can also use shift to turn it. I would rather do that. So what I'm going to do, this is the pivot point right here in the middle. So I'm going to move the pivot point up to here. So now as you hold shift and um, so now as you turn it, there we go. So it shifts and it turns from up here. All right, so we're gonna have this one be open a little bit. I'm gonna take and hold control just to move it a little bit. Boom, there we go. So that one shows that it's open. These other three are closed. All right, and that's why, because if it was a paint layer, I couldn't tilt it and turn it like that. I can read it okay, by the way. Good, 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 good. Um, good to know. Appreciate that. All right. Um, all right, so yeah, and there's a prisoner there. Let's go ahead and throw in some straw. Let's see, I'll put in straw, but it might be hay. No assets found, so let's try hay. Hay pile, there we go. So this one can be in the painting layer. So we're going to click on painting, go to painting, click on the painting. We're going to move this over, drop this in the hay, because the hay's not going to move. Hay, there we go, stamp, and there's our hay. We do a big bunch in the one that's holding shift to spin it. And then we're going to hold control, make it a little smaller as we shift to spin it again. Drop some in here, sort of put it maybe in the middle. And then this guy's going to have a couple of them. We'll shift, spin, schmack, and then we're going to flip it, schmack, there you go. And the other one's empty. All right, so we got some hay in our jail cells. Okay, so that's the only other place they haven't been to in this whole area is these two rooms up here and this one. Um, there is not a wall here. All right, interesting. All right, so I'm glad I checked because we're missing a wall. So let's see if we can find a wall. Um, I'm going to be specific, stone wall, because we have a lot of walls. See if we can find that wall. I don't think this is the same exact one, but you know what? Close enough. So if we turn it, rotate it, there we go. And we're going to make it 2. And going to do the stamp. Escape to stop it. And now we're going to add the line of sight. The line of sight. Click on wall. Click on the line. Go. Click. Straight down. Click. Escape. Simple as that. So I could have just left it as like one open room, but I would have wanted to change the doors at least. So this way, it's good enough. Um, anyway, so this is the last place they've been. Right here is where it's going to sort of lead down. So let's go ahead and put some stairs. Let's do stairs. It's not bad. There's also I like this curvy stairs, spiral staircase. But we'll see what other steps and what other options we have. We didn't start off with a quote today. Let's go ahead and throw in a quote too while we're looking up these stairs. I like these a lot. Ooh, with a carpet on them. That's cool. All right, so we can go back to our painting layer. Painting. So this is about double the size I want it. So we'll make it 3.5. Perfect. Let's go to stamp and bam. All right, so there's our stamp. We could jump over to our line of sight real quick. Um, we can click on the pointer, wall. Doesn't, I mean line of sight and then pointer to extend this out to the end. Move this out to the end. Click on line. Clickety. I'm just going to go out to the end. Whoa. Control Z. Control Z. And just doing a quick boom. Boom. Escape. All right. So now ready to go. We're good and set and ready. This is also cool. I like this a lot. How it just fades into the darkness. Um, So this in turn is going to lead to the last area. This is going to be this huge open cavern. So let's take a look and see what kind of open caverns we have. We go to our assets. That's right. Pumped. Excited. Let's just go type in um, cavern. I don't think there's an art pack that has cavern in its name. There is not, so that's good. All right, so there's nothing here really that's screams what I'm looking for. What I'm looking for is basically this huge amphitheater, underground amphitheater, um, maybe with some lakes, water in it or something. Um, let's see, what about this? Oh no, nowhere. It's too much detail, too much stuff in that one. So for what I want. Um, all right, so expansive cavern, huh? All right, so this is warmer, this is closer, but it's still not what I want. So I'm just gonna make it my dang self. All right, so let's go to our images. A couple different ways you can do it, things you can do. Um, what is this? Okay, I'm just gonna grab this one then. I have two sitting here apparently unused. What is this one? All right, so let's kill this one. If we click down here where it says edit list, it then pulls up a little trash can or minus symbol depending on the theme you're using, and that's how you can get rid of it. Stop editing. See, now it's gone. So we change the name to, this is going to be under Nashkel. Um, we're gonna call it, it's just a big cavern. Big cavern. And then the unidentified, switching it to as an unidentified, and we're gonna call it cavern. So this is by doing this, changing the making it item not identified, and putting a name here. When you share this with your players, that's the name they will see, Cameron. You can do that with any object. So I usually do that with most of my monsters. So if it's like a mind flayer, I will make it unidentified. So instead of just saying unidentified creature, I will put Squid Man, something like that, so that it doesn't give away what the creature is. Um, all right, so let's go ahead and first thing you want to do when you do a blank map like this, go to your grid. Uh, so right now it's set for 50 by 50. That's fine by me. I'm gonna zoom out a little bit. Let's now we'll want to build the outside of this cavern. So they're gonna come into this cave, and they're just gonna have see this huge cavern with all the different with these different campfires and stuff like that. So we can get rid of our storyline, get rid of our images, go to our assets. I'm going to slide this over a little bit. Well, here, open it up to assets. I'll put the assets on the other side. Here we go. So that's the one thing. So I made my scale UI really big so you guys can read this. So, but it does cut down my real estate on my screen. Um, all right, so let's go to cave. This is probably gonna take a while because there's probably a lot of cave stuff. What I'm looking for is a wall, or like a cavern. I want to have like the cliff face as the wall to give them the idea that this is huge. So it feels like they're looking down into it. So you got all these really cool cave walls, really nice ways of building these maps out. These are all part of the art pack. I think cave may not have been the wisest choice. I think, yeah, here we go. So it's cliff is what I want. There we go. Okay, so it's like this one here is sort of what I was looking for. This one's not bad. This is the only brush that's there. So let's go with this one. All right, so we're going to go here to paint. And then we go here, drop the brush in here. Drop the brush. Ticky, 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 ticky. All right, and then let's see. So it looks like, I'm just going to draw it, see what it looks like. All right, so when we add the shadows that we're going to be adding and things like that, um, it should work. All right, so now we go erase, and we just erase all of this. All right, so let's put the grid on there so I can see what it looks like. Tint, actually no, we just turn it on. Click. All right, so this needs to be, we need to zoom way out. All right, and then when we go back to our painting, um, we click on our painting layer here, boom, and go to our cliff. The question is, do we want to keep it brown or do we want to go with a gray? Let's see if we can get the tint a little bit grayer. See what happened when we put, because you're changing the brown. So let's just go with, just make it light. Let's see here. See what happens if we go like this. Nothing. Okay, if we go to the gray. Way too dark. Just makes it darker. Alright, so we're going to reset. Okay, so now what we're looking at here, boom, it's about 5 feet high. I want to double this, so let's go with, alright, so let's just go ahead and start drawing. Um, they're going to come in to a wall and then they're going to hit the cavern. There's going to be like an entrance and then it's going to be there, boom. Hey, welcome, welcome, Kita. Appreciate you hanging out with us. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. So start here and we're just going to draw it up. I do want it to be a little, it doesn't have to be perfectly uniform. And I'm just clicking and I'm dragging the whole thing, and now we're just going to come back, overlap just a bit, and let go. All right, so now we zoom in. Boom. Okay. Um, let's go to here. Do we have lighting on or off? Off. Okay. So now we have our basic. We're going to say this is cave wall. All right. So now we're going to add the floor. So let's go to back to our assets. I'm just going to type in dirt floor and let's see what happens. Dirt floor. That's a forest floor of dirt. So let's go with floor. It's going to be a lot because there's a lot of floor tiles in all these different art packs. So I was trying to avoid a huge load time, but that's all right. We'll take a look. All right, let's see. This is not bad, not bad. This is not bad either. This is not bad. So if you click on it, you can take a look at it. I think I'm going to go with this one eventually. Just looking to see if there's anything else better. Dark gray floor. All the different floorings and maps and I mean from the different um, asset and map packs, art packs. Here's rocks. No, that's a little much. It's not that many rocks. So these are other things here that we can then add to on top of it to break out the monotony if we want. Um, all right, so let's go back to dark gray. And was it this one? No, it was this one. All right, so we go to our. So way I do things in my work and everything is I like even when I play as a DM, I stack things. So when I click on this, I can still click right back to this because I have it set up that way. All right, go back to our paint layer. Um, I want this below the outer wall. So we're going to go to plus paint layer. This is going to be floor. We're going to drop it below. Boom. Click on it. Make sure this is selected. Put this here. I'm going to do a stamp tool. We're going to take this. We're going to drop this sucker in here. Boom. All right, this is 2 by 2. Which one is this? 1 by 1. All right, so we're going to go here. Boom. We're going to jump this up. Um, Actually, we're going to keep this one because this one seems like it almost has a pattern. And we're going to bump this up to, let's say, 10. All right, so if you zoom into this, it's pixelated already a little bit. So I'm just going to leave it this way. I could zoom it out to fill up the whole thing if I wanted, but I'm just going to leave it like this. And what we're going to do is we drop these in. So we're on the stamp. As we drop these puppies in, we're going to rotate them and move them around a little bit. So I'm wanting to make sure that you don't have to worry about lining them up or doing anything perfect because um, you don't want it to be a repeating pattern anyway. So let's rotate this a little bit to shift, rotate it, boom, boom. And we're gonna flip it, flip it. Now, if we were doing these in individual layers, then we could tweak and change the size of each one. But this is all one painting layer, so makes it a little bit easier. We're gonna rotate it, rotate it, rotate it. So you could also do this as a line like this, and just draw it like that. It's another way of doing it. I wanted to break up the pattern a little bit more, so that's one of the reasons why. Let's do Control Z. It's one of the reasons why I did it the way I did it. But there's whatever works best and easier for you to get the effect you want. So there we go. So there's our cave. When we do our line of sight, we will block off all this extra crap around the outside anyway. They'll just see the cliff wall. Keep in mind, folks, that this grid is, the 5x5 grid is this makes this a pretty large map, and that's what we wanted. I might even shrink it down a little bit more, the grid itself, because this is supposed to be a huge, expansive cavern. All right, and then let's go ahead and go back to our assets. So we've got our wall and our floor, and then I want the entryway. So we'll go with floor again. I think I'm going to use this one. Loop. Let's go back to this. What I'm doing is I'm making the entryway that they came in here. Um, okay, that's not going to work that way, but I can make this 1. It needs to be a little bit more than that, so I'll make it 1.2. Okay, let's try 1.5. All right, that's close enough because we're going to add walls to it anyway. All right, so what we're doing is we're going to, actually, I'm going to make it 1.7. So this is where they come in, and they'll be standing over a balcony type thing. So we're going to start drawing. Remember, when you draw, it starts from where the quill touches, and where the quill ends or starts, however you want to say it. So we're going to start it here. Interesting. Okay, so Control Z. All right, so it's starting. Okay. Let's just turn it, shall we? Is that going to make it easier to see where it draws? It is not. Control Z. Yeah, Control Z, so we'll go back to the way it was. Image paint, yes. Okay. I don't know why the cursor changed on me. That's weird. Alright, let's try it again. There we go. Alright, so as we're drawing it, they're going to come in to here. Perfect. Escape. I want it to be a little bit longer than that, so I'm going to, okay. So I still have this on the floor level. I should have done new painting layer. So Control Z, new painting layer. Click on it. All right, try this again. So I'm going to start back here. So if I'm not lined up perfectly, I'll then be able to line it up. Okay, good. Using the arrow keys. Oh, oh, oh. All right, Control Z. All right, so let's start this again. So we go. Don't worry, folks. We'll figure it out here. So I'm going to click here, click, and then we're going to click and just use the arrow key. There we go. Click, escape. All right, so there's our layer. What I'm going to do now is go to grid. First of all, I'm going to shrink it. So it's, right now it says 100 by 100. So we wanted it less than that. Anyway, we'll go 50 by 50. There we go. So now it makes it even huger, which is perfect. And then we're going to do it just um, okay, so we're going to take the painting layer like this. Go back to our layers, layer, painting. And we're just going to shift it down a little bit. Yoink, to where we want it to be. There we go. Perfect. So now what I'll do is I'll build up my walls entryway leading into here. I might just not even worry about walls. I might just have a line of sight. Um, I'm going to build a little bit of a platform up here that they're standing on. We will add line of sight and then a bunch of campfires. Boom, boom, campfires scattered all throughout here, and probably going to have a water of some kind, maybe a river flowing through it like this, and then some, like I said, the campfires and stuff. Um, so this is, so I do want to link this so I can find it. So I'm going to go ahead and drop this down, grab the link here, put it down here. Cavern, see it says Cavern, which is my unidentified name. And then the other thing we're going to do is we're going to, don't need the combat track right now. This is my group, by the way. Come on. Is it unlocked? It is unlocked, so there we go. So that's the group scaled in scale. I have a couple of videos on how to make group photos like this to scale, so you can see halflings and gnomes and things, and the various sizes of them. Anyway, so I'm going to go to my story. Go to, I have it a special Wednesday one. So here it is. So here's under Nashkel. So we're going to do one more. Click. Plus under Nashkel dash big cavern. Enter a couple times to give myself some playing room. We're going to drop this image in here. Open it up. Close that. Go to my story entry, link this here so I can find it from this map if I can't find the story, and pull this in here so I can find the map if I can't find the map. So the linking, I always like linking. Um, Handsome crew like World War Hulk back there. That's right. Yes, with the little, he's got tusks and stuff, and uh, half work. Very cool. Um, all right, well, folks, thank you. I'm gonna call it. I've got lots of running around to do today. Um, Hopefully, I'll be back on tomorrow a little bit. No promises because I don't know what's happening with yet. But thank you so much for hanging out with me, Atomic. Glad you showed up, Kita. Those of you who are watching this on the U's and the Tubes, thank you. Uh, don't forget to like and subscribe. Come check us out on twitch.tv/Spencer77. And you can see us live. You want to see how this plays out? We play this on Wednesday nights. Uh, and whatever else you do besides all the liking and subscribing and bells and icons and whistles, enjoy the rest of your day. You too, Atomic. Thank you.